So some crazy things are happening in the crypto market right now. And this time around, it's not actually about the percentages. It's not about how much we're up or how much we are down. Rather, this time around, it's about the fact that Trump is again back on his tariff deals, back on chaos. And it feels like he is trying to deliberately move the markets up and down based on these announcements. So what he just said recently was apparently China has totally violated its agreement with us. In an apparent breakdown of the trade deal, Trump says, "So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. Did the US-China trade deal just collapse?" And that's basically been going on over the past few days. Also, some smaller announcements that I thought were quite interesting was that SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce said that Trump and some of those meme coins won't actually be protected by the SEC, which is an interesting statement to make. But regardless of that, with regards to tariffs, he also was happy to state that the tariffs on steel and aluminum would go from 25 to 50%. I don't know exactly why that's a great honor or great deal. If we're continuing on, Pentagon chief warns of imminent China threat. That's all what's been going on over the past couple of days. Obviously, a lot of fear. U.S. Trade Representative Greer says China's behavior is completely unacceptable and the U.S. is very concerned with China's non-compliance. U.S. good imports fall 20% in April as Trump's reciprocal tariffs effectively halted trade with many countries. This marks the largest drop in history for U.S. good imports. Then at the same time, we had the U.S. stock market futures falling sharply as Trump was talking about these China situations. And then that's where things get really crazy. Now, on the one hand, it was positive, right? Trump media closing a Bitcoin treasury deal, and actually many of the Bitcoin stockpile companies are stacking. I mean, take a look at this. MicroStrategy buying again another $75 million worth of Bitcoin. Metaplanet buying another 1,000 Bitcoin, 117 million. And at the same time, we have US Bitcoin spot ETFs buying significant amounts of coins. Matter of fact, 50.5 thousand over the past month here. But actually, I almost forgot to say, the past couple of days with regards to tariffs have also been interesting from the perspective of Trump yet again. President Trump says if the court rules against him on tariffs, that would allow other countries to hold our nation hostage. What basically happened before was that the courts were against him on getting these things in so quickly, getting them in to this extent, and he's basically now saying that if the courts do that, the country is screwed. All right, now what is bad that's been going on? If you guys remember, a few days ago, I was covering a trader that opened a $1 billion long. Well, he got wrecked. And over the past few days, he basically lost $100 million or so. I think from the peak, he's down $200 million as it was up. I think it was up about $100 million, about 83 or 87. And then now he's down a significant amount. He didn't fully get liquidity though, as he still has some money left to buy that dip, which is what he's been doing. And he's trying to have a revenge arc of sorts. Again, it could be that he's using this exchange to farm an airdrop of sorts, and then on another exchange, he's hedging it, but open the exact opposite. Or it's a marketing campaign from the exchange itself. We do not know, but it's very interesting to watch. And man, I'm just looking through all the news that I've gathered here over the last few days. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says the US government shouldn't be stockpiling Bitcoin. Rather, they should be stockpiling guns, bullets, tanks, planes, drones, and rare earths. And he also said he is quite prepared for rates to go to 5%. He also says the Fed is right to wait on rate cuts for now. Dimon is preparing a 5% 10-year note yield. Now, that is all interesting on a short term, but really, I sometimes like to take y'all back to focus on the longer term. Why am I saying that? Well, because when you take a look at posts like this, you start to realize that over a yearly period, some coins will probably not do that well. I mean, 1 year ago, for example, both Ethereum and Solana might have been at a better spot than they are in right now. But if we take a look at Bitcoin, it's gone from $67,000 to $104,000 in this yearly period. And again, even though two of the three here don't really fully make sense with my story, I think you have to extrapolate it and realize that over a longer period of time, almost every single one of our favorite coins most likely just will work out. And again, if you're pinpointing exact days, then maybe it's not going to work out for you. But if you're taking a look at it from a longer and then slightly longer perspective, I do believe it will. I mean, I've already stated that I do still believe Bitcoin will see probably a level above $150,000 this cycle. And if it happens, that's a 50% increase for Bitcoin, which will probably lead to about 150% increase or so for ETH, probably even crazier numbers for XRP, probably even crazier numbers again for some of the coins like maybe Doge or Solana. Many of the coins in the top here deserve to be significantly higher if you compare them to what type of run Bitcoin has had. And in my opinion, it's all just a matter of time. It's a matter of patience and not giving up. I know people keep commenting saying, Dusty, you've been saying this for a while. And I know that. But that's all I can do is at this point. All I can do is tell you things will get better. And you just have to realize that they will. You just have to remember that every single time when things started falling down, the best course of action historically would have been to buy that dip and not give up. I know it can seem easy to just give up whenever things are moving bad because they'll never come back up, but they always do. Again, if you're buying some small ass altcoins, some random coins, sometimes you gotta wait a bit longer. Some of them will never recover, but generally speaking, coins that are top recover so hard. All it takes is a bit of time. And that's also why my bot strategy works out so flawlessly, so beautifully. Again, it might take a bit of time for these. Oh, by the way, take a look at Solana's recent rejection, interesting to watch. Anyway, that way it might take some time for some of these bots to get back into profit from the negative position which they're in. But remember what these bots are for, ladies and gentlemen. They are basically going to take advantage of all the volatility. What they do, for example, taking a look at XRP here, is the moment that the price starts falling down, it's going to buy, and the moment the price starts going back up, it's going to sell. Now, the reason it is better than a traditional long position, and why I'm opening these bots so hard, is if we open it up, you can see that we opened this at 2.11, right? And right now the price is 2.16. So the price is up only 6% or so, at least with the leverage. Let's say it's up like 1 point something, whatever, right? Let's say it's up 1%, 2%, 3%. A few percent. We basically took, so just quickly double checking, it's up about 2% or so. And let's just say that normally we'd be up maybe 2, maybe 6, maybe 10%, depending of course on leverage, or actual leverage I should say. And of course how much we buy in. In this case here, the bot didn't buy in the full amount all at once, which is why it's not a perfect 5x, so 10%, but slightly less. Regardless, let's say normally we'd be up 2% here or so. Right now, we are up 16%. How did that happen? Well, because in the meantime, as the price has been going down, it's been buying. As the price has been going up, it's been selling. And it already cashed out 11% worth of profits over this time, right? That's the beauty in it. All we have to watch out for is that this liquidation price does not get hit. That is why we're adding extra margin. And I keep responding to people saying, hey, if you're not fully sure what to do with it, all you got to watch out for is this liquidation price right there. Right? That's all. If you want to add more margin, there is on the phone, there's a different button for it. Oh, here we go. So you can press this button right here, add, for example, here, $1,000 more, add to the bot. All it's going to do is lower my liquidation price from, in this case, the 47 number to 0. Whatever, right? Here, for example, let's say we are afraid that BNB is going to fall below $450. I can do this later. I can do this right now. I can add, for example, another $1,000, and I'm lowering my liquidation price where I get wrecked from $447 to $336. I can, for example, add that in right there. And now the price can basically go down 50% before I'd get hurt. And again, if the price is going down more and more and more, I might have to add more in margin, but ultimately at that point, it could just keep stacking my profits. And as long as these coins eventually go back up, or as long as they keep ranging with a lot of volatility, we will make our money. Remember, guys, all these have been open for about a month, slightly less than that. And again, 10% profit on this one, 6.3% profit on this one, 4% profit on this one, 13% profit on this one over slightly over a month, for example. So when you start calculating on a yearly basis, it is still better than just holding stable coins. It is still better than almost anything you can think of, with the also crazy upside potential. For the moment that crypto prices do start going up, you'll make the crazy amounts, right? As you can see right here, 24%, 30% up, and whatever, 63% up. It's just that even if things start going down, it's only annoying on the short term, but as long as you do not get liquidated, as long as you keep adding more margin to the bot in case things go south, you should be good to go. And also that little pop-up that I just had, I've noticed now a lot of people were commenting about it. Payonex does not work, the exchange that I'm using for the bots here, in a lot of different countries, right? All you gotta do is just use a VPN when you sign up, and make sure you use a VPN when you log in and all that stuff. If you messed up and you accidentally went from the wrong IP, you could just contact support to state that it was faulty, you're traveling, or something along those lines. I'm going to do it right now as I logged in from the wrong country also. So that's going to be interesting. But it should be able to get fixed. As long as you've consistently used your VPN on the side, you're fine. And also, even if you mess up, you can still take your money out. You can just not put more money in, I believe. But again, even I'm right now going to contact support to say, hey, reset me back to KYC 0, and I'll just do KYC 1 again, which is just putting a name and a country in, which can be anything, because I'm in the US right now, and I've told you before, even people in the US can use this platform, no worries. But you will need a VPN to mask where exactly you're from, but if you put it to whatever country was not on that list, like France or maybe, I'm not even sure exactly which country, maybe like Spain. Maybe Belgium. Some of those countries are all just completely chill. You should be good to go. And I'm just looking at the XRP price right here. You know, whenever I look at this pricing right now, the way that things are going, this is really where your bots just shine. But again, over a slightly longer period of time. But the fact that it went from $2.60 right now to $2 something, then back up to $2.17. If it goes back to $2.60, the amount of money you make from the bots buying this dip and continuing on is just insane. Even if it were to be even more perfect, we'd go like this, right? And just like, okay, I can't even draw that quickly with this chart, but like up and down, up and down and up and really, really hard, or preferably even like this. That's how you'd make most money. And that's the thing people don't understand, right? Most people hold and they want the price to go up and up and up and up and up. We don't mind if it goes down first before it goes up, before it goes down further and up and up and up. Because again, the bots buying, the bots selling, you make a ton of profit that way.